everybody! We are here at VidCon. This is my friend Kristina Horner. We've known each other for a very long time now.
Very long time.
10 years, maybe more.
Yeah, I think right around that range sounds right.
We did a collaborative channel called 5 Awesome Girls together that you might have seen, and we haven't really collaborated since then, which I think is a big problem.
It is a big problem.
So we thought this weekend we have to get together and we have to film a collab. So that is what we are doing today. Since we are at VidCon and we are both YouTube creators, it's been an interesting struggle to make sure that we actually film enough video at this conference.
It's funny because I feel like in the early days I didn't struggle with this. This was not something that was a problem. You know, you just had your camera all the time. I don't know what it is, but filming at events is so hard.
I think I've pinpointed this, and I think it's the reason why I struggle so much with actually getting documentation that I did this cool thing so that I can look back on a trip and get to enjoy it through photos and videos. It's that I used to hide behind my camera, and I felt like I wasn't a part of the events I was going to. I felt like I was there kind of just documenting them and not really enjoying them.
It's funny because I actually remember at a couple different conventions like Terminus,
Phoenix Rising.
Or Phoenix Rising is the big one. I remember actually saying, I don't have to worry about taking pictures, like Lauren's gonna take care of it.
I got this. I took something like 700 photos at Phoenix Rising and they were all really good.
Yeah.
And I have a huge scrapbook from that con, and I made like 7 videos out of all of the content I filmed that weekend.
Well, and sometimes I really struggle because while I really love being, like you said, being able to look back on these events and remember the fun things that happened. We used to go to Wizard Rock stuff multiple times a year, and it was a lot of fun, and we got to see our friends a lot. Now sometimes it's like one time a year, and sometimes I really have to think, is it really necessary that I'm filming here? The more we get to know our friends on the internet and stuff, the less I feel like I want to be behind a camera for that. Like, the more I want to have kind of a more normal experience with you guys.
Yeah.
And so sometimes having the camera out it feels forced almost, you know? It's like I don't really know what to do because we're just hanging out. And it's like, here we are in the hotel room at VidCon, being friends. Like, I don't know what to say sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that for sure. We have acknowledged the fact that this is something we are terrible at, but it's also hard because I feel like I have a really good time at the conferences where I take no photos, so I think a balance is really important.
One thing that I did this year, I decided to give this a try, and I've actually done this before at other conventions. I picked something that I was doing, and so I went around and I asked all of my friends and all of the YouTubers that I ran into what they were reading. And so at the end of the day, it was sort of a safety buffer. When I go home, I am at the very least going to have footage of everyone telling me what they're reading, but then I also, because sometimes I'll film some stuff but it's not actually enough for a video, then I'm like, what do I do with this footage? So I think it'll be a really good balance of like the couple times that I filmed plus that footage. And I did the same thing when I went to BlizzCon. I went around asking everyone to make their best Murloc noise.
I remember that video.
And so it was like, you know, the couple things that I actually filmed at BlizzCon with all of my friends sounding like Murlocs. And so that's been something that's really helped for me, is that usually with a tactic like that, I end up with enough footage that I can make something.
Going with a game plan.
Yeah.
As opposed to just saying, I'm going to film, and then filming everything and missing out on stuff, or filming nothing.
Yeah, or I hosted 2 different meetups here, and I actually kind of like got people to like, hey, can you just film my meetup a little bit? So I didn't have to be the one filming, because also you want to be in the video.
Yes! I'm never in my con videos.
Yeah, I hate it. Luckily I have Joe here, so like I can just ask my boyfriend like, hey, can you film a little bit of my meetup? And he took it very seriously and took really wonderful footage. And so I knew like, okay, even if I just film at my meetups and just find out what people are reading, that's VidCon, you know, that's enough. So I didn't put the pressure on myself. You know, if I was going to a party or just going to a hotel room to hang out with my friends, I didn't bring my camera because I didn't want to be thinking about that the whole time.
Or make your friends feel uncomfortable, like maybe they were having a really intense discussion that they don't feel comfortable sharing with the internet, and you accidentally catch some of the audio of it. I don't want to make my friends uncomfortable. I get to spend like 3 days
That's the most important
thing
to me, is
these people.
Making sure my friends are having a good time as well.
One thing that I've found, because I always end up with like 30 seconds of random clips that don't really fit together, is I go home and I film a vlog right when I get back.
I've done that.
It's all fresh in my mind of all the things I've done, and I just talk about how excited I was to be there, all the cool things that I did, and then if I have footage, I can put it in there. So I'm creating video content, I have the actual time that I need to have an interesting video.
It feels more like your normal content too.
So because this is something that we are constantly struggling struggling with, constantly trying to get better at. We want to know what you guys do when you go on a vacation or to a conference. How do you make it work? How do you find a balance between documenting something great you're doing and really enjoying it and being in it?
Yeah, being in the moment and not missing it because you're trying to get it on camera.
Or having to tell everybody, do that again, do that again.
Oh, yeah, I hate that.
I used to be that person, but then everyone loved me after the conference was over because they were so happy that I got those moments. I hate doing that now. I feel so bad.
I know.
If you're having trouble with this too, let us know, and maybe we can give you a little bit of our limited expertise on the subject.
Yeah.
So if you enjoyed this collab, we actually also filmed another one for Kristina's channel.
We were talking about fan works and how fan fiction and Wizard Rock and all of these types of fan creations have impacted our lives and made us who we are today.
So if that's something that you would be interested in seeing, click right here to go watch the video. I'm so glad we finally managed to sit down and collaborate. It has been way too long.
We've been trying to do this all week at VidCon, and I think, when does your flight leave? In like 3 hours or something?
I'm leaving really soon.
Right under the wire.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.